Let's turn to Myanmar now, where on Thursday the ruling military junta is widely expected to extend its mandate to rule the country for another 6 months. It would be the latest extension of the state of emergency since the military seized power in 2021. Myanmar's civil war has resulted in the displacement of millions of people who are now left especially vulnerable due to funding cuts to aid organisations. Well, the Chief Humanitarian Officer at CARE, Deepmala Mahla, joins me now live from Cox's Bazar, the world's largest refugee camp located in Bangladesh's border with Myanmar. Really good to see you, Deepmala. Thank you so much for your time on Newsday. We often report on the challenges both Myanmar and Bangladesh are facing internally. What are you seeing and hearing now that you're at Cox's Bazar?
Thank you, Saranjana. What I'm seeing and hearing is about catastrophic humanitarian need and at the same time, the fear, the uncertainty in light of the funding cuts. But at the beginning, Suranjana, let's first picture what we are talking about. Cox's Bazar, as you said, the world's largest refugee camp. These shelters are built on low coastal hills, primarily made of loose sand and clay. And some of these shelters are perched on slopes as steep as 40 to 60 degrees. So imagine making a house of bamboo and tarpaulin over a playground slide. That is it. And when it rains, the soil sand gets heavy and slippery. And then many of these flimsy shelters made of bamboo and tarpaulin can wash away in seconds. So this situation is aggravated by the fund cuts. I spoke to women and communities, children, our local NGO partners, care staff on the ground. Right now, the response is funded only 35%. What does it mean? That 2/3 of the people are not getting the basics. And we are talking of more than 1 million people who have suffered this for about 8 years. So urgency is the word. And I would say that the issue of fund cuts, can we ration dignity or should we? We cut budgets and we cut futures.
And of course, it's monsoon season there right now, and I'm sure that's only compounding all of the challenges that you mentioned. We mentioned that the Myanmar junta is expected to extend a state of emergency for another 6 months later today. How will that affect the people you've been meeting and your organisation's work?
For the organizations working on the ground, the voluntary return, safe return back to their homes is the ultimate goal. However, while they are seeking refuge, they are seeking safe haven, it is imperative to provide them services, opportunities, and dignity. So, and yes, the communities here, they are really trying, like amidst all this situation of immense needs, I met young children who are trying to educate themselves through internet. I was so inspired to meet a young man called Mohammed. When he fled here 8 years ago, he was just a 12-year-old boy. So imagine the level of trauma. And today, after all his efforts alone, without any guidance, he has enrolled himself in a bachelor's program with full scholarship. So what I'm trying to say here is that the communities are trying, and while they are here, we cannot leave 1 million people on their own. And let us remember, the government of Bangladesh has shown tremendous solidarity, hosting 1 million people with already strained resources is not easy. So regional and international support must stand by with the Rohingya, with the government of Bangladesh, who is supporting them. And for an aid worker, Suranjana, I will tell you, there's nothing worse for us when we are in a facility, like I was in a safe space for women and girls, and they were all worried, scared that it may be shut down by the end of the year.
We'll have to leave it there. Deepmala Mahla from CARE, the international aid organization, many thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Plenty more on our website. Do head over there for more information on everything we've been covering. That's all for now. Do stay with BBC News.